Are you concerned that my recommendations concerning land trust came at a time when Deutsche Bank was involved with a multi bank consortium around discussing the concept of real estate trust at conferences that were held in Orlando, Florida, as well as in Las Vegas, Nevada, which just so happened to correlate? Their sponsorships of those conferences just so happened to correlate with an announcement by Angela Merkel that if Deutsche Bank got in trouble again, the nation of Germany wasn't going to bail them out. How many times has Deutsche Bank been fined for some sort of fiscal impropriety since then? Is this the concern? Is this the concern regarding what happened with the information that was available on the websites for the state of Illinois in the summer of 2016 concerning former German banking associates being appointed to prominent positions by Governor Bruce Rauner, including people that were appointed to the Illinois Pension Board? Yes, it's concerning. Is it concerning that the emails that I had that had that original information that was part of the investigation even during the summer of 2016 with the announcements concerning Deutsche Bank in those regards, as well as the information about the appointments by the governor of Illinois, have been mysteriously rendered unavailable? And in the meantime, the information now available about what happened both in the state of Illinois as well as concerning those banking and finance conferences from the fall of 2016 has been rewritten and is no longer available. If that concerns you, let me let you know. It concerns me a great deal as well, and has ever since I first found it in 2016. Just so you know. Is there something else that's concerning you? Is there something else, perhaps? Is it the Pearl reference? Especially because what's happened is that rather than those pearls being candidates or members of the media that are able to provide public information, they're supposed to be spies doing illegal underwriting on municipal bonds. It concerns me as well, just so you know. I'm very concerned about that. If you're concerned, I hope that you address that appropriately. Does it have to do with the inferences that there could be something inappropriate happening regarding the pension system and the fact that information that was supposed to be made available for the Department of Justice has instead been allowed to be buried and subsumed over attempts to extort people into acceding to agree with long-standing abuse of power by the Central Intelligence Agency, which, by the way, is an agency under the authority of the Department of State and hence accountable to the Secretary of State? Yes, I am very concerned as well. And if you're concerned, I want you to know you're supported. I also want to know if it's appropriate to characterize somebody that used to be involved in one particular functioning associated with a state agency or maybe a job where they provide public information in order to make sure people have the information they need to be able to make informed decisions about democratic participation. Is it appropriate to allow that to be characterized as intelligence and or for people in those positions to later be characterized as spies? And if it is, then again, we go back to the summer of 2000 when Ambassador Paul Bremer was speaking before a congressional hearing, around the same time, by the way, that it is now known members of the actual intelligence community were culling information that it now appears was used in illegal underwriting connected to insurance paradigms that were being worked out as part of the changes to the Texas Insurance Code. But in that meeting with Congress, which was public and for which there's still available public transcript, they said they needed to have a closed door session to talk about specific changes being implemented by the Clinton administration concerning recruitment of intelligence assets that members within the intelligence community, as questionable as we might find them, felt were unacceptable. So once you get that and you take that out of this whole we're not supposed to disclose because we're 20 years or more down the road, and we're also 20 years or 25 years down the road of a bunch of swap deals connected to timber interest in countries all over the world that have been allegedly maturing out of those swap deals that were originally brokered by a nonprofit that increased its market share, and the actual return on those swap deals with each successive swap deal. While as these swap deals were maturing, those same countries were on fire with forest fires, in a direct correlation with the increase of forest fires in other parts of the world, including the West Coast and including parts of Europe, and including vineyards, including large swaths of forest land. Now, all of these matters are concerning to me. If you're also concerned, I want you to know you're supported. I support your concern. If you have information and you want somebody to acknowledge it, please contact me and let me know. If you're concerned, for instance, that there was a correlation in use of directed energy weapons in order to make something appear as if it was a wildfire so that entire tracts of forest land can be cleared out. Wild trees that were not burned were then turned into timber that was then made commercially available. I agree with you. And if you didn't know about those swap deals, then I'm letting you know I know something about them. I used to have evidence. I've seen the original treaties. I've seen the original payment schedules. This is exactly the time we should have been concerned about that. And that's why I'm letting you know that if you're concerned, I support you.